Here and 6 aces against Iowa, and that is her first tonight as UCLA extends their lead.
And she leads this team in aces and wants to keep that title, it seems.
The bench routines around the country are getting more and more elaborate.
One of the teams I covered recently has a top 5 Selly award where they evaluate the bench celebrations.
Oh, I was wondering, what's a celly?
Yeah,
now I got
celebration.
it. I got it.
Now ask my 11-year-old what that meant too, but yeah, so they want to give credit for the players on the bench because that's a big part of it too, is staying involved in the game.
I think it's great.
Connected, it's great.
Yeah, I think it's really good for team support and cohesiveness. And if you're a bench player, keep your heart rate up and stay involved.
That's right. Never know when you get the call.
Yep, here's Duffy, 21-13 is the advantage. Tough serve again. That's a really good serve. The miss into the net that's a good miss.
The bad
exactly.
miss into the bottom of the net, but the ones you're just missing a little bit long or a little bit wide trying to hit that perimeter.
Here is Lily Wagner, the 6-foot redshirt freshman out of Wisconsin. Reception's been good so far for UCLA. That's a nice attack by Singletary off of Goochcon and out of bounds.
Singletary, as you mentioned, coming from Texas. Last year was about almost 2 kills a set for Texas. This year, doing the same mark here and putting up a big block as well.
Leverett back to serve. 2 of 4 so far in this opening set. Don't serve. Nice play by Leverett, but too tight to the net. Saved by Duffy, but that's going to be a net violation or a center line violation.
Center line, yep.
Yeah, Leverett's got to keep that ball at the 3-meter line.
Yeah, that one a little bit too tight because we know these setters, and as Coach mentioned, Duffy can set it, she can push it to those middles even when she's off the net.
Leverett goes to the sideline, so UCLA going with Littles across the back row. This is Sakura Codling wearing number 2 out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Schumacher right in the middle of the reception. They're going to try to go after Lee. Perfect pass by Schumacher.
Well,
and there's the result.
Don't
serve the libero.
Nails. Impressive.
56%. Best on the Bruins by far in first ball contact.
And as you mentioned, Paul, an error when you serve her. This is why, because she gives you the perfect pass and you can run anything you want. And most teams want to run that middle when they get a beautiful pass like that.
Singletary, again, good from the service line. Get Maryland out of system. Lee going high hands and gets it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, really good swing.
She does. She really gets off the net. Nice weight on that out of system set. Perfect location to go up and swing high. And again, with Maryland being the good blocking team they are, that's what you need to do.
Maggie Lee now 5 of 11, no errors, hitting .455. Melody, good block touch, slowed down well. That's a good first contact off a block deflection. That was a very good shot by number 4, Melody. Ivkovic dug down the line by Williams. Right side timing, not quite there.
Not there, but nice decision.
Yeah.
Came in, arm was back, ready for the big swing, but set a little bit off in timing. So that's the, good volleyball IQ there to make the right choice and not get a hitting error, put it in a good spot.
Alfie Ref to the 25th ranked UCLA Bruins got out to a very, very quick start. Led it 6-0, 14-8, and never looked back, taking the opening set over Maryland, 25-15. Volleyball coming in with 31 aces after Thursday night at USC. Leverett will give way. Sakura Codling on, so no back row attack available for UCLA in this rotation. Nice pass by Codling, yes, outstanding, and that's a good connection.
That is beautiful. Love that pass to start things off. And Singletary, they're really dishing it up to her, and she is delivering. As you mentioned, Mallowall, Maryland's leading her team in aces, dangerous from the line. UCLA handles that one.
Alex McGillivray is coming on now in the libero jersey. They have changed liberos as Maryland really struggling at the reception game, so they've made the change to McGillivray. Hit out of bounds by Malawal.
That one, Volleyball coming down the pipe, middle of the court.
What's the strategy when you go to littles? I mean, Nebraska made all the littles famous last year, but you give up back row hitting. It's just a balance that you have to work through.
Yeah, absolutely. They want that ball control and those defensive digs so they can run. They've got so many talented hitters as well. But if you're getting digs and good passes, you're able to run a clean offense.
Malawal again. Nice dig by Duffy. Excellent transition set. Lee going off speed. Maryland defense is all over that. Oh, what a good block. Ivkovic one-on-one.
Lily Wagner, the setter from Maryland, saving that one, but a little bit tight on that set. And again, it started with a pass. That pass kind of going tight on the net. UCLA, sweet solo block here. You can see those hands just going down to the ground.
I want to get back to a very important player in the middle of that celebration for UCLA in just a moment. LB to the outside and tucked in. Pagron wearing the pink sweater over on the sideline, the 6'4" graduate out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and the transfer from Louisville. There's Pagron still out with injury, and it's been a really tough graduate season for the transfer who went to 3 straight national semifinals. Just can't get healthy, can't get on the floor. Good reception by Codling. That was a good serve. Nice play by Duffy. Up into the block, restart the point. Schumacher right side to Ivkovic.
And again, another tight pass on that one. Wagner, the setter for Maryland, in the net, because those passes, you just got to get them a little bit more off the net. As we mentioned, the setters can set off the net. They don't have to be the perfect pass tight, but again, going back for that slide, really would like to see Eva Rohrbach swing at those ones instead of the last 2 tips, but get up and put some heat on it.
And Adam Hughes is using the 2 libero system. One libero in reception, the other in defensively. McGillivray will be in at the defensive end, and in reception it will be Allie Williams. Saw that for the first time several years ago by the Italian men. It's a very good system, and it doesn't count as a substitution, so you can roll 2 liberos out there. And speaking of that, 15
hugging over there and pumping each other up.
15 substitutions in women's college volleyball. That is unique basically in the world. It's 6 internationally and also 6 in men's collegiate volleyball. Good block. That's the strength. Coming in, making Olivia Hui, 6'2", redshirt sophomore out of Salt Lake City, the transfer from Arkansas. So Adam Hughes going to his bench.
Nice movement there. You can see the step over, press over the net.
Good reception, but Duffy going on the second contact. Leverett now out of the back row. That's the thing. Do you play with littles or do you have,
well, when you got
like to play with both?
A combination, yeah, absolutely. And we haven't seen Leverett as much. She's been coming out, but kept her here in the back row, and this is why they need to get some points on the board. Again, that offensive piece was off the other night, so good connection.
That's why you want to have 6 rotation outside hitters. A lot of really good teams, let's say Nebraska, have some good 6 rotation outside hitters. Or at least one. That's, oh, what a crank by Leverett.
The minute you think the Maryland block's going to smother that one, and that's going straight down for a point for Maryland, but no. Leverett's so athletic, dynamic hitter, comes in and just blasts this one right by the block. No fear.
That was really impressive, and what number 9 in white is capable of doing. Again, first team All Big Ten last year. Easy serve, not enough on that. Maryland trying to get the middle going. Briscoe there defensively. Nice thought process by UCLA for the score. And a timeout called by Maryland, and a needed one and a good one. Another strong start by UCLA. The Bruins on a 3-0 run and leading this one 10-5 in the second. Of Marysville, North Carolina. UCLA is good in reception right now, and there's the result. That ball dug, but out of bounds.
And that's a beautiful slide connection going on the back. That one, nice height. Singletary able to get on top of it. I was telling you, it seemed like she had more kills. She has 4 on the night, but because they've been so powerful and big, it just...
The error rate for UCLA, very, very low right now. 56 total attempts, only 5 hitting errors. Here is Duffy, UCLA in control here of the second set. That ball served just out of bounds. Duffy's got a nice looking floater, just hasn't quite found the range. They're putting some good pressure on the Maryland Terrapins. Allie Williams back to serve. 2 liberos deployed momentarily by head coach Adam Hughes of the 8 and 11 Terrapins. Good pass by Schumacher. Right side, Ivkovic. Nice play defensively, back-to-back by Wagner, the setter. Ivkovic out of the play to Leverett. Sheridan Leverett. You talk about connection in the middle all the time. But what about connection outside with setter?
Oh, it's huge. I remember in college, Lindsey Berg was my setter, Olympic setter, going and working on it, the tempo, what different sets you want to do inside a little bit. So it is every single position takes a lot of work to make that connection and timing just right. And tonight, seems like it's going well for Leverett.
Oh, it's going almost perfectly. 8 of 13, no errors. Schumacher, that's a good transition set through the block, not yet. Melby looking for some hands. Schumacher with another dig. She basically owns area 4 and 5. That's the left front and the left back.
Again, another tight dig. The Maryland center to deal with, and that is the result. They don't get a clean swing and an opportunity to score. Malawal under that ball just kind of plops it over to UCLA to handle that free ball.
You don't like it when you got to just plop it over, because
no plopping.
No plopping or flopping. Maggie Lee with the kill and UCLA in control. This super smart shot by Sheridan Leverett.
Perfect placement coming in, and she's been cranking it all night so far. That one takes a look. This connection better there on the slide attack with Duffy. Takes a look, no one there. That's got to be the right back ball. Malawal, Maryland, a little bit too deep for that dig.
Duffy going back to the 3-meter line, but this time actually with an attacker on the floor. McGillivray, nice pass again. Maggie Lee getting that ball up, good hustle by the Bruins. Maryland got to convert this. Where do you go? Bitchcon quickly to the outside.
Huey's on fire. She's got the hot hand right now when she's getting up in that left front position. Not only that, but I love her energy, how much she's talking to her teammates. Their defense right now, when they're sliding, going after these balls, it's not going too tight to the net. They have good space, so their setter Duffy can get good hands on it.
Easy serve and a poor pass. Look at the, but that's Wagner. Yep.
Oh, back row. Yep.
Hand in the cookie jar as a back row blocker. And the conversation over on the sideline, Adam Hughes talking to the second referee. Was she above the plane of the net? I think she was, but I think that's the argument. If she's below the plane of the net, it can legally be a dig. Hughes now in his 8th year, 9 years, grew up in and around Penn State. Yeah, she's well above the plane of the net, no question. I understand the argument, but that was obvious. Huey again.
And a nice tool off the block, turning that one down the line, goes off Kate Duffy's right hand, just not strong enough, pressing over. Olivia Huey, coach, told us she's in the gym all the time. Very offensive player with a huge upside. Excited about her.
Well, she has shown that. I mean, the season has been a struggle so far. The numbers don't lie. The sample size is 19 matches. She's hitting 142, which is a super low efficiency, but you wouldn't know it by what she's done in LA against both USC and the Bruins. And that's a shot back cross body, and we're going to have a challenge.
Maryland wants the touch on that one, but I didn't see that ball moving, but I was a little bit blocked.
We'll take another look. Malawal was emphatic that there indeed had been a touch.
If I made an error.
Pressure, good call, Nicole. Really good service pressure coming up from Addie Kennedy.
Well, and their serving is just kind of dropping out in front of the UCLA players. Even when Malawal was back there serving cross-court left, it was going just past that 10-foot line.
Another very good serve, and the reception was up to it. Singletary. Duffy and Singletary, nice combination.
Yes, they are. They have a good connection in front, and now we've seen a few slides in the back. Maggie Lee getting that pass, targeted on that one, nails it.
Leverett leading the way with 11 kills. Ivkovic with 6, and now Singletary 5 of 8, no errors.
I mean, Leverett hitting over 600. They really have not been able to slow her down tonight.
Schumacher stepping in. I like that swing, high up into the hands.
I like that one too.
Yeah, I did too.
Again,
Yeah.
I saw earlier Maryland missed an easy coverage, and that one high enough for UCLA. They have to get that ball up.
Give it to Maryland. Hui has given the Terrapins a lift offensively and a very good blocking team. That's not Leverett's fault. Those were two good swings on difficult sets. And that missed out of bounds. And just like that, we're tied at 22.
And that set just far enough. I know you want to push it to the middle. A little risky in my opinion. We've got Leverett on the outside.
A critical one-on-one stuff block.
Take a look. Singletary keeping an eye on the ball. And at the last minute, lining up perfectly for this cone block. Straight down.
I like that swing by Malawal. I like the aggressiveness. It was just a better block. Big play by UCLA. Right back to Malawal and another stop. This by Lee.
And that's what we said in the break, you and I. How is UCLA going to respond after this timeout? As they have struggled when things are not going so well. They don't always stick together. I'd say right now, Coach Alfie Reft is happy with this response out of the timeout.
Well, a couple of key and spectacular blocks, especially by Singletary. Set point number 1. Back to Malawal. Good read through the seam by Duffy. Maryland fighting hard. Wow, wonderful hustle. Set point again through the block, and down is Lee, number 8. The Bruins take the second set.
Huge defensive plays from the Bruins with those back-to-back blocks. Singletary and then Maggie Lee. And then coming up big for that last kill. A nice defensive effort from Maryland, but just not enough.
Maryland was working awfully hard to keep this ball off the floor. Everybody chasing. The UCLA able to close it out. Maggie Lee now with 8 kills. Her best in a long time for the Deep Bruins.
Duffy's second kill of the night. Center dump.
Maggie Lee looking over to the sideline. Assistant coach giving out the area numbers. This is area 4, so left front, left back seam. Malawal has got a very live arm inside of Briscoe.
She does in a fast tempo set behind the center. Briscoe not able to get there. She was coming from the other side.
Good job by Maryland getting back in this. Trailed 16-9, you know, 2/3 of the way or thereabouts through the second set, and they just would not go away. And a lot of the work coming from the service line. That off the block and out of bounds. Good hard connection between Duffy and Briscoe. Get Maggie Lee, Mariana Singletary, and Lola Schumacher all out of the transfer portal for UCLA. That's why the expectations were high. They were picked to finish 5th in the Big Ten Conference in the preseason poll. Love that play, and Sheridan Leverett enjoyed that set.
She certainly did. Bringing that set inside a little bit for her to beat the block, but honestly, wherever they put it, she's beating this block all night long. And again, another hard angle.
Leverett now with a dozen kills on 21 swings. Good short serve. Coming to Leverett. Good distance off the net. And 4-4 once again.
4-4, and Maryland really not able to dig it or even get a piece of it on the block to slow her down. We saw her hit down the line one big swing earlier in this match tonight, but it's been all angles since.
Well, the message is you got to move the block in. If she crushes line, okay, fine. Then you make another adjustment. Good read by Lutz. Lee out of the back row.
Maggie Lee getting the call tonight to start, as you mentioned. Ileana Urzua's out with injury, and Maggie Lee has done nice work tonight already. 9 kills.
Schumacher all over that. And Singletary, pretty good set. Smart play, really smart that time by Lily Wagner, the 6-foot redshirt freshman setter for Maryland.
So all the Bruins kind of close up to the net in coverage on that one. This dig a little too tight, so she's just going to go with it. You can see Lola Schumacher in blue, the libero for the Bruins.
UCLA going, Mariana Singletary, you just go up and get that. Nice play by Lee on the first contact. And Singletary coming right back. Aggressive by Duffy.
I mean, Singletary is putting the ball all over the place. Going up, nice soft tips over the block, coming in, cranking it hard. That one, a nice push deep. Really nice range.
UCLA hitting 320, make it 330 so far on the night. Singletary 7 of 14. There's a good serve by Duffy. We've seen a couple. Just went a little bit long.
Almost seemed like that one was down.
An awkward joust that time, won by Maryland.
That serve for Duffy, point from UCLA. Yeah, that one hit the floor.
They did call it down.
Yep.
Well, that rally continued on. That was a very, very good serve. We'd seen Duffy with a very flat, clean serve, if you will, that had just been carrying another good one. That's good velocity. Leverett off the edge and out of bounds. Timeout called by Maryland. Tied at 8 moments ago, and now a 5-1 run for UCLA. They're on top of Maryland. 2 sets to none.
So you have to find ways to score. Chisel the block, go high hands, just as Olivia Hui did on that last one.
Hui's going to get a lot of playing time the rest of the season. She's earning it. To lead, right side, Ivkovic.
No one there on that one. I don't know if they weren't expecting her to get that one, but I like that nice tempo. Middle blocker going up strong, holds the middle block, which gives this one-on-one, but really ends up being an open net.
Yeah, as good as Hui has been offensively, she got dragged in that time. With Singletary, yeah, opened things up. All wall, smart shot. Restart the point. Good set in transition. Beautifully done. Mariana Singletary doing it all for UCLA.
She got some big digs earlier in set number 2. Bringing the aces and now bringing the sets, the assists. She's got a stat in every category.
Maggie Lee with that kill, and Anastasia Ivkovic with a season-high 8 kills for the Bruins, now in control of this match and maybe this decisive set 18-11. Yes, in the frenetic course of the rally. Better again on the long slide, a touch off the block.
Been a little quiet with that connection. Duffy to Briscoe.
I agree.
That set looked good, nice height, able to get on top of it.
So you got to be able to
kill of the night.
Yeah, you got to be able to side out and score in the 2-hitter rotations. She's in the M1, which means she's in the 2-hitter rotations twice. Here's Maggie Lee out of Beijing, China. Good serve down the line, but well handled by McGillivray. Leverett is back on. Lee out of the back row and missed it. Boy, that was a good swing, just a little bit long.
Just a little long. I liked elevated, get on top. Good tempo there. As you can see, they're talking after that about the set, making an adjustment with the setter. It's such a big key is the communication. It's not hurting anyone's feelings. You just want to get it right so we can make the points.
Well, that was close to perfect. I thought it was a quality swing. Malawal, good serve. Really good movement going after Lee.
And we know Malawal is the leading ace player on the team, so dangerous from the line. And right now, UCLA needs to get out of this rotation quickly.
That's her first ace of the night, 30 seconds so far on the season. Tight. Rohrbach is dug by Schumacher and kept alive by Lutz. Wonderful hustle by the Bruins. And Rohrbach again. Starting to get some action out on the right side on the slide. Here comes Maryland. They're not going to go away.
And a good hustle here. Schumacher there, a reaction, but Lutz keeping it alive, throwing that arm out. But again, Maryland's getting some back-to-back points here, and they're dangerous.
Lee available on the back row. Ooh, that was close. That was very close. That was a wonderful serve that time by Malawal, but just over the end line. 22-17. Next up for UCLA, their crosstown rivals USC next Wednesday. Kate Duffy thought she had a stuff block that off her hand and out of bounds.
It's not turned enough into the court on that one.
UCLA is at USC, then home to a good Washington team, dangerous team there, and then at Oregon.
Washington beat Penn State recently.
Yep. And that ball served out of bounds.
Well, you can see Maryland's trying to push UCLA deep and really get that one, but the last two misses this close.
UCLA 2 points away. And improve their record to 12-8, 6-4 in conference. Keep their eyes on the prize, the NCAA tournament.
Just hit down a little bit too much on that serve. Didn't get the clean pop, but swung down into the bottom of the net.
Had an up and down serving night. Had a lot of good movement, just missed long a couple of times. You like that much better than the miss into the net. Here's Rohrbach. Good enough pass for Lee. Love that combination. Duffy to Singletary, and now a handful of match points.
Singletary giving her the beautiful. That was a nice one. They have had a nice connection throughout the night.
Leverett with 15 kills, Maggie Lee with 11, Ivkovic with 8, Singletary with 8 to go along with 7 blocks. Match point. And just missed long this time by Leverett. UCLA hitting 324 on the night, 51 digs, 4 service aces. Holding Maryland, a team that's challenged offensively to 137. Match point again. Oh, nice set. Ivkovic looking high hands. Well dug. Malawal. And who else? Mariana Singletary with the emphatic stuff to close out the third set. Singletary's 8-stuff block, and going back to the second set, none more important than when she got Ajak Malawal one-on-one to close out the second.
Those were huge points, huge momentum, and a big win here for UCLA as they needed a bounce back after their loss to Oregon. And tonight, played as a team. Everyone made the best, not with a perfect pass or set, but got the job done, and I liked what they brought out. Maryland, I like the adjustments they made. A little bit slow start in set one, but stepped up their service pressure and tried to hang in there with UCLA.
Much needed win for the 25th ranked UCLA Bruins. They are now 12-8, 6-4 in conference after dropping a match to Oregon on Wednesday night. They regrouped and came out and swept the Maryland Terrapins 25-15, 25-22, 25-20. We'll be back with more from Poly Pavilion right after this. Brano with a very special guest.
a star of the night, Mariana Singletary. What a night. You did it all. What was the mindset after the tough loss to Oregon this week coming into this game against Maryland?
Yeah, I think just focusing on our side. I think during the Oregon match, we gave a lot of points away. We didn't really show up to that game and play the way that we wanted to play, walking away feeling confident. So I think we got back in the gym. We worked really hard that next day, and we're definitely very hungry. I think in the Big Ten, you have an opportunity every night to show out. So I think that's what we did, just with mindset in the next game, next play.
Well, your play alone. How about you? Setting it, digging it, acing it, doing it all with a kill. Talk about your connection with your setter, Duffy.
Yeah, Duffy's incredible. She makes it really easy to just be great at my job. She finds me off, gets me nice and high. I feel like I have a lot of range, and I can just be great up there and be confident.
And you got USC face coming again.
Yeah.
How's that going to look? You swept them the last time, going forward, a big rivalry.
Yeah, look, I think it's hard to beat a team twice, especially a rivalry game. It's very heightened, a lot of emotion. So I think just we have a long stretch of practice and really to gear up for that game. So just continuing to stay focused on our side and doing our job and playing Bruin volleyball.
Congrats on a great night. You played so well. Fun to watch you. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you so much. Go Brew.
Congratulations to Mariana Singletary. 8 kills, 8 blocks, 3 aces, and a partridge in a pear tree. A couple of digs as well. Once again, our final score. The UCLA Bruins over the visiting Terps from Maryland. 3-0. Coming up on the Big Ten Network, it's the final drive. For Nicole Brenna and our entire crew, I'm Paul Sunderland. Thanks for watching, and good night from Los Angeles. All Bruins on this Saturday night.